Well, I think we've had enough talk. It's time for the main event.
Shut up and sit down.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I am your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated Superstar Tim Vicious N. We're going to go over Raw to see what was in St. Paul, Minnesota. But before we do, gotta get a couple quick things out the way. First and foremost, as a reminder, we are a WWE Shop affiliate. So what that means is, if you are watching this on YouTube, you open up the description tab down below. If you're listening to this on Spotify, open up the description tab in there, and it will have a link to WWE Shop. So what that entails is, you click that link, you go on there, you buy whatever it is your heart desires. Whether it's a Jacob Fatu Samoan werewolf shirt, whether it's a Kevin Owens RKO shirt, whether it's a Seth Rollins shirt, a WWE title, WCW title, anything off of WWE Shop, any purchase you make, we receive a small nominal commission, which in turn will help us make this show better for you guys. Also, folks, do want to, do also want to go over, we have broke over 300. Like I said, unfortunately, nobody notified me on if they subbed, so I had no way of entering anyone. So what you do, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, take a screenshot showing you subscribed, tag me on Twitter, @TimVicious, subbed to your channel. Your name will then be put into a drawing. We hit 500 or more before the end of Summerslam, before the end of the show on Saturday at Summerslam. I will pick one random person to receive Vicious Rant shirts, whether it's a tank top like I'm wearing right now, or whether it is a t-shirt, a woman's tee, a long sleeve, a toddler tee, or a baby onesie. All great, super comfortable, can't argue with it, and not only that, folks, it's free. FREE free. You can't beat that price. And all it takes is it costs $0 to enter. All it takes is showing a little love and appreciation for the work that gets put into this show. Hit subscribe, hit subscribe, go on Twitter, @TimVicious, subbed to your channel, and include the screenshot. That's simple, easy peasy. So with that said, let's get into the show, and we're going to start by switching gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind. So the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. Tangaloa wound up, he was not medically cleared. That was addressed by Nick Aldis right at the start, saying, listen, Tangaloa is injured. He's not medically cleared, so the Bloodline is going to be out of the tag team gauntlet match tonight. Excuse me. We then see Solo just saying, no, we're not out. We just have a substitute. Next thing you know, camera pans over, and what do we see? We in turn see Jacob Fatu in his place. So we're going to have Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu as the tag team for representing the Bloodline in the gauntlet match. And we'll get to that in a bit. Or in a minute, I should say. The only other big highlight from SmackDown was we had L.A. Knight. Yeah! Dummy, yeah, let me talk to you. Going against Santos Escobar. This was a decent match. I thought it was good. Logan Paul made a quick run-in at the end. Knight wound up decking him. And then he got the win, 1, 2, 3. That was it. Easy peasy, lemon greasy. Then, listen, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Gandhi, Zeus, whoever is up there listening, please let LA Knight win the US title at SummerSlam. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Thank you. So, Now we get the tag team gauntlet match, and this had the lion's share of the show. And it started out with Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews. That was a tag team I never thought I'd ever live to see. Going against Angel and Berto. This was a decent enough starter. Crews and Corbin wound up getting the win, much to my surprise. Then they wound up going against the Street Profits, which, talk about the lion's share, the Profits took the lion's share of the gauntlet match. They beat Crews and Corbin. Then they proceeded to go on against Pretty Deadly. Then Gallows and Anderson. Then after that, then they had to go against Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu, which all of the matches were great to see that the Profits did. All of the matches that the Profits did were great to see. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I can't really argue they were good. Now, Tama Tonga and Jacob, they wound up getting a win. So, we're going to wind up seeing the Bloodline going against Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa for the WWE Tag Team titles. And yeah, this is definitely going to be something, dude. I'm all up for it. So, with that said, let's get into this week's show. Raw, St. Paul. It starts out with Seth Elizabeth Rollins, because his middle name is not frickin' damn it. Coming out, yeah, almost said going against. See on how used I am seeing him have a match instead of just coming out to speak. Seth coming out in his referee attire, and I thought Shawn Michaels made quite a fashion statement with his ref attire, but Seth, skin-tight leather pants, a skin-tight referee, long-sleeve referee shirt down to the wrists, neck collar also, and puffy shoulders. Puffy shoulders. And then platform zebra-striped shoes. And I mean platforms, like they looked like the 90s chunk shoes. That is quite a fashion statement. Not sure if I need to be shocked, impressed, or slightly jealous by on how Seth dressed, but either way. He then proceeded to come out. He then addressed Punk and McIntyre to come on out, so that way he could then go by the rules for the show. They both came out respectively. Punk was trying to be a little bit of a dick, crawling out the ring, saying, McIntyre, Punk, listen, I'm a man of discipline and self-control. I'm not going to get you now. I got Saturday to worry about. Rollins, listen, I'm the official, so if you don't get your ass in here, the match is off. Then Punk goes in. It's always got to be about you, huh? Got to interject yourself on everything and anything, huh? And then Rollins, he lays down the grounds saying, listen, I'm going to call it as I see it. If I see something's wrong, I'm going to say something about it. You will adhere to my commands. If I count you out, that's it. It's a count out. If I pin, it's a pin. If I tell you to break, you break. Now, that's not to say I'm gonna always do a count. And I may go at my discretion for breaks. But you will adhere to my rules. And I'm paraphrasing all this, mind you, and then Drew winds up saying, now listen, Seth, you get it, man. Now, keep in mind, you and I, we've had a deep-rooted hatred with each other for a long while. But it's a professional hatred. It's because we both want to be the top. But this guy right here, referring to Punk, this guy right here, we both hate him. If there's one thing you and I hate more than each other, it's him right here. And then Punk, now listen, you can hate me all you want. I'm not here, and again, I'm paraphrasing all this, talking about on how, and then Punk talks about on how you may hate me, you may love me, but at the end of the day, I'm still me. I came back, and I am here to do business. Now, Drew, you don't want to do business? Fine, I'm just going to kick your ass. You made this shit personal. So and then Punk just looked at him. Was like, you want to hurt me that bad? What's stopping you? Got in his face, and then Drew reached out in his pocket and then pulled out the bracelet, had it on his hand. Was like, nothing really. But if you want this, come and get it. Taunting him and teasing him. Like, come on, big boy. Step on up. Step up. You know you wanna. And just, yeah. I'm liking this, and I'm definitely looking forward to this. Personally, what I think is going to happen, I think we're going to get kind of like an accidental schmaz finish via like SummerSlam 97 when Shawn was the ref and accidentally clocked Taker in his and Bret Hart's match. And then we're going to wind up getting a match where it's Seth versus Drew up until like Hell in a Cell. And then we're going to wind up seeing, and then we're going to get Punk, and we're going to wind up getting Punk and Seth at WrestleMania. That's my personal prediction. I don't know on the stories or anything like that. I'm just saying what I think is going to happen to transpire to matches, not the story. So, either way, that said, let's get into the first match of the night now. It starts out tag team action. Otis and Akira Tozawa going against the Creed brothers, and this was some decent action. I liked it. With this decent action, the heels, they were leading with Akira. He was being the punching bag for it up until Otis got in. Otis, he came in like a straight up wrecking ball, but man, my big takeaway from this match was the fact that Michael Cole referenced how the Creed brothers were at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport this past weekend, which, holy fucking shit, is that cool to hear. So it was a decent match, but Creed brothers wound up getting the win, and that came to be because Otis, he did the caterpillar and then the elbow, and then he went to go to do a Vader bomb, and then Julius wound up stopping him, and then Brutus got up, and then they both wound up going over and both did a belly to back off the top rope on Otis for the pin. If I had to make a complaint about the match, I would say while it was a TV quality match, the problem I had was the fact that the camera showed Tozawa was literally just laying there looking like in a pouncing position like, oh, no. Like he had to, like in that, all the while the ref is counting. That's just me thinking out loud, like that little thing. And we all know on how I feel about the little things. It takes 100 little things to make the bigger picture. And I'm just thinking that was, ugh. I mean, I don't know what was going on with the production truck or if like they didn't have a good shot or whatever, but okay. Afterwards, saw Gable, he came in. He had the ankle lock on Otis for a minute, and then Maxine climbed on top of him to get at the break. And then Maxine, wham, slapped the taste out of his mouth. And then was like, all right, come on. Come on, big guy. Come on. You want to hit a girl? Come on. Next thing you know, we hear ding, dun, dun. Wyatt intro music. And then we see Gable and the Creeds all back to back to back. Like, all right, where they at? And all you see is 3 of them come out. And you see Harper, Gacy, and Loomis come out. They get on the apron and then, boom, they take off their masks and they show who they are. And then they proceed to go. Then Gable, he turns around and Sister Abigail, who we know as Nikki Cross, they just haven't announced it's her yet, jumps off, takes out Gable, and then the Creed brothers turn to look and see what's going on. And then that's when they all come in and beat the holy hell out of them all. And not to sound negative, but man, oh man, the biggest takeaway from this for me was the fact of seeing Dexter Lumis with long blonde hair. That is a sight to behold. I was shocked. Shocked, I dare say. Excuse me. Then we wound up seeing as that, yeah. Then you see Gable trying to run away, and then Uncle Howdy again. So then they announced next week on Raw, we're gonna get a 6-man between the Wyatt Six and Gable and the Creeds. Excuse me. So next up we got Jimmy! We got Sheamus going against Big Bronson Reed, and this, now man, you want to talk about, we got two big meaty men with big meaty chests bumping meat. Oh man, this is exactly what it was. We had big beefy men bumping beef. No, I thought I could make it some more inappropriate innuendos. I got nothing, folks. I'm sorry, I got nothing. The tank's dry. The tank is dry. They drank me dry. So yeah, this is a damn good match, and again, this is the kind of match I love. I like seeing two big athletic guys that know on how to work, and not just look like two giant plastic figures that you're smashing against each other. Like two big athletic guys that can actually work, and I dug it. I thought it was good. Excuse me. Match came to an end when Sheamus wound up doing a white noise off the top. He was sizing up Reed for the brogue, and then right as he got into the corner, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, you see Pete Dunne out of nowhere, wham, get up on the apron and then clock him with a shillelagh, and then just sitting on the apron. What's up? Yep. No, I'm just down there. Nope. Yeah, nothing. All the while he's sitting there like that, Reed, he gets his win, he gets his second breath, gets his win, goes up, and then tsunami! Boom. Yeah. So next up we got Jey Uso going against Carlito, and this came to be because the Judgment Day wound up seeing the clubhouse get completely wrecked and destroyed, courtesy of Liv Morgan. Hell have no fury like a woman scorn. And Carlito's biggest reaction was, no! The PlayStation! Which, I don't blame him, because it was a PS5, man. You don't do that to a PS5. No! No! No, I believe you would get your ass kicked for doing something like that. Seriously. But, yeah, then they saw that, and Carlito was like, we should take care of this. So, or not Carlito, but one of the members, I'm pretty sure it was Carlito, I'm kind of fuzzy on who at the moment, but they were saying they'd take care of that, as well as the Jey Uso problem. Ray's like, no, guys, listen, we already took care of Jey, it's done. But this needs to be taken care of. And then one of them went to go talk to Pierce, and then we wound up then they got it set up for Jey Uso going against Carlito. And we're going to get the other match that came to be from this in a bit. Well, just bear with me. But as far as this went, this is some nice action at the start. With Carlito, he was leading right up into the break. Post-break, it was a decent little bit of action. But came to an end. Carlito took him down, grabbed an apple, took a couple mouthfuls. All the while, the ref is yelling at her. She is yelling at him like, don't go doing nothing with that apple. And he's like, what? Just eating it. And takes a handful of bites. Next thing you know, Jay, he tries for a roll-up. Carlito rolls out of it. Goes for a clothesline. Misses. Jay bounces off the ropes. Spear! And you see, poosh! Apple exploding in the air. And then 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Yeet, Jey Uso. So, yeah. Next up, we got Xavier Woods going against Karrion Kross. And before the match started, Kross, he gets the mic saying, now listen, Woods. Just so I understand. Kofi was supposed to be out here with you, but he re-injured his shoulder on the Japan tour. Yeah. You know, that seems like a very valid excuse, but if anything, I'm more so thinking he just didn't want to be out here and share the limelight with you because it's all about you right now. So we're going to give you one last shot to join the Final Testament because let's look at it. You've done nothing for the New Day. You know, all your comrades have done more than you have. Except, well, Kofi, he had the title for about 6 seconds, which is pretty much the biggest thing he's going to be remembered for. And then Woods went ballistic on him after the cackle. So then they start going at it. Woods, he goes ballistic on him right up into the break. Post-break, Kross, he's leading the match with going through it. And it comes to an end when Woods, he winds up going, he gets knocked over into the ropes. One of the members of AOP, boom, takes a shot at him. Woods picks up a second win, takes out AOP. And then once he gets back into the ring, Kross then, boom, pops him with the final prayer for the 1, 2, 3. That is it. So, yeah. Next up, we got the other match that got made from it was Carlito talking to Pierce. I had to remember a little bit, sorry. It was Sami Zayn going against Dominic Mysterio. And, yeah, had nice action. Dom, he was leading into the break. Sammy wound up leading more so into the second end of the, more so into the end of the second act into the ending of the match. But all in all, this is a good TV match. It was, well, when I say good, I'm not like, oh my god, this is so great, but no, it was good for what it was. It was a TV quality match. Match came to an end via a DQ when JD and Carlito popped up out of nowhere, attacked Sammy. Jey Uso came in, helped run house and clear them out, and then helped chase them out. And then Braun Breaker came in, and Sammy chased Braun out. So I would honestly say, yes, I do think Braun's more than likely going to walk out with the IC title. But, yeah, I don't see it any other way. The smart money is on Braun Breaker walking out with the IC title at SummerSlam. So, next up, we got women's tag action. Not even tag, 6-women tag action. Lyra Valkyria, Kaden, and Katana going against Zoe, Shayna, and Sonya. This nice, good, solid action with the faces leading into the break. Excuse me. With the heels, they were pretty much fighting from the ground upward post-break, but they were fighting good. And match came to an end when Zoe wound up actually hitting a Z360 on Katana for the 1, 2, 3. Afterwards, then we heard the bam, 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 bam. And then we got Damage Control coming down, wrecking house, taking out Zoe, Shayna, and Sonya. So Damage Control pretty much just did a complete face turn right there. So, yeah, now we come to main event of the night. The Reign General Gunther going against Finn Balor, and holy fuck. Excuse me. Wow. Like, wow. This was hard hitting. Like, and Michael Cole hit the nail on the head with the commentary saying that this is the first time these two have gone at each other one-on-one. Which is like a what? Jaw-dropping moment. Oh! No what? Yeah, and yeah. Shocking. But this very hard-hitting, when Finn, he would throw chops, Gunther, he would just look and be like he didn't look like, I didn't feel a thing, he would just look and be like, you motherfucker, you wanted to chop me? And then you just, oof, feel your soul leaving the body as Gunther is chopping Finn. It's like, that is excruciatingly painful. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah. This was a very hard-hitting match, and I did not expect anything less from these two professionals. I absolutely loved it. I loved it. Gunther wound up getting the win. He had a sleeper on Finn, so he got the win via a chokeout. Afterwards, Priest's music hit. He bolted down, and he just completely obliterated Gunther. Like, he beat the fucking piss out of him like you'd have thought he owed him money. So, yeah. All in all, I think it was an okay show for a go home into the PLE. We'll just have to wait and see until next week to hear what you guys are going to have to wait until next week to hear what I got to say about SummerSlam. So with that said, that is it for this week's show. Like I said at the top of the show, click the WWE shop link to help us since we are WWE shop affiliates. Also, folks, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We hit 500 or more by the end of SummerSlam. Once SummerSlam ends and the press conference begins, if we break 500, and somebody notifies me they subscribed, I will send a personal Vicious Rant shirt out to them out of my own pocket. I will pay for the shirt. I will pay for the shipping. I will send it all. All you have to do is just subscribe, tell me on Twitter, and I'll hit you up on there. And I'll send it there. That's it. So, with that said, folks, like I said, that is it for this week's show. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Look for, if you're listening to this on Spotify, leave us 5 stars if you feel we've deserved it. Share the show with somebody out there. We are working to build up the Spotify brand. It is a new platform, so we're working from the ground up. Thank you to Kajota of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship, a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, a lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Check out whatamaneuver.net for some Vicious Rants apparel. T-shirts, tanks, women's tees, baby onesies, toddler tees, long sleeves. Perfect gift for somebody you love, somebody you hate, or a shirt just to give to Goodwill or Salvo or whatever you do for give merch away. Make sure you check out these cats right here. DSB_IB main event_net, the main event wrestling network Twitter account. Sergeant Curry Pants 3 Count Thursday, D Dryer 1986. And folks, like I always tell you, you love me great, you hate me.
Shut up and sit down.
Fuck this.